Hey everyone, I hope all of you are enjoying Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, which of course is available on both the Nintendo Switch and on PC. And in this video, I want to try to tackle one of those uncomfortable topics that some people are definitely going to be upset about, but that is the fact that I'm seeing more and more people leeching online when it comes to just doing hunts and multiplayer environments. Essentially, if you are joining a room of 3 other people, there's 4 obviously hunters in a specific hunt, and all of a sudden you're only seeing you and 2 other people hunting for the entirety of a hunt, and there's just 1 person missing the entire time. You take a quick glance at the bottom of the map and you don't see any other icon. This person's color icon does not appear anywhere, and that is because they're most likely hiding in the tent. This is something that I've seen begun to happen online more and more, as someone usually feels comfortable enough to just go AFK, quote unquote, for the entirety of the hunt and let everyone else do the work for them as they leech off of the rewards. I've seen it to the point that it gets so really sad, to the point that even when you kill a monster, they just come out of the tent and they haul ass to basically carve the monster and get some rewards. It's shameless, really, but I've been seeing this stuff happen more and more in Sunbreak, and I'm not necessarily sure why. So for those who may not necessarily be aware, like I mentioned before, if you're looking at the bottom of the icon on the map and you don't see a 4th person kind of like walking around, moving around, most likely they are just hiding in the tent, waiting for basically anyone to kill the monster so they could go ahead and carve it. I'm going to make this extremely clear. I'm fully aware that people go AFK in hunts all the time for a short amount of time. This happens because naturally we all have things that just kind of pop up as we're gaming. That's natural. But what I'm specifically talking about here is that people who really just stand in the entire tent for the entire 5, 10 to even 15 minutes of the hunt, and they never come out until the last minutes so they could go ahead and get their carves off and basically get their rewards. This is really toxic behavior that I've seen become more prevalent over time, especially now in Sunbreak as we're dealing with afflicted monsters. This is a topic that I've been tackling lately, and one of the hunts specifically that I saw this happen a lot was as I was trying to do the Unbridled Mayhem quest. This is the quest that you are doing, I believe, Master Rank 6 in the arena. You're hunting 2 monsters at a time, and basically I wanted to do it twice. I did it the first time, no problem. The second time we ended up dying in just a random group that I joined, so then I had to do it again, of course. And for the next 3 subsequent hunts, I joined random rooms where someone was just AFK in the tent the entire time as everyone else is fighting the monsters. So, you know, that's certainly not helping. And then I started to do a couple of more afflicted hunts lately, as I've been talking about in recent topics lately in other videos. And I'm just noticing this happen in afflicted hunts over and over, to the degree that it's just kind of shameless when they come out of the tent, you know, just so they could get the carves off. You could just tell that this is exactly what they're doing the entirety of the hunt, because they never came out. You know, most people already are joining a started hunt. You're using the guild tab option to be able to find the quest that you want to do and join a quest. You're not actually using the lobby option, the search lobby function, which of course has kind of come on the wayside now, as only the real people who are using lobbies are basically friends. Everyone else is just kind of like just doing the automatic hunts through the quests, and you are just able to farm the monsters that you want to farm and the quest specifically that you want to farm through that setup. And this kind of has made it easier for people to just kind of hide in the tent as you are joining. You don't even see them on the map. You're going to pick up your spur birds, you go pick up your endemic life forms. You're not really paying attention as to who's hunting, who's farming, who's doing whatever. And next thing you know, 10 minutes have passed, you have 3 people hunting and the 4th person is standing back in the tent. They never came out. So, you know, this is something that people kind of need to become aware of, especially quest takers, so they can certainly know if someone joins and then they just go back and hide into the tent. Just make sure to boot them. Don't give them the rewards. There's no real purpose of that whatsoever. We need to kind of curtail that, you know, toxic behavior, as you know, people are just kind of like leeching off of everyone else's work for no good reason. So I thought this was something that I needed to bring up because I've seen it happen more and more, and this is something that I mentioned before. I remember specifically mentioned this originally in base Monster Hunter Rise when it came to the Rampage. This was happening around the Rampage when it was like, you know, we were forced to kind of do a couple of hunts in the Rampage. I believe a couple of quests forced you, some of the event quests were forcing you to do Rampage hunts. I believe like there was like 3 Rajang hunts or something like that, if I vaguely remember. in the Rampage. So I remember seeing that happening around then, people hiding in that little separate area from the Rampage. So you were basically in an own separate map, and you were like being seen in the icon if you could just stood by the item box and then just come out and carve all the way in the end. But now I'm seeing that happen in Afflicted Hunts and that aforementioned Unbridled Mayhem quest, and it's just unnecessary. You know, you shouldn't be dealing with that whatsoever. Those people need to get booted. I wish the game had better, you know, chat options for you to be able to voice that out quicker instead of just, of course, having to do icons and stuff like that or whatever. You have to plug in a keyboard on Switch if you're going to do that. On PC, I'm sure it's easier, but, you know, it is what it is. So I certainly wanted to bring it up to everyone's attention to be aware of what's happening. If you're brand new to my channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up, and as always, thank you so much for watching. See ya!